guys, this is a review of mine for a game that I'm currently enjoying the hell out of. This is From Software's Ninja Blade. Yes, they made other games besides Demon Souls and Dark Souls and Bloodborne. In fact, they made another one of my favorite games, sort of flew under the radar, and that's Chrome Hounds. Anyway, we'll get right to it. As you can see by the video, this game is fairly over the top. I'm fighting something called the Plague Snail. So their penchant for over-the-top bosses and larger-than-life battles is not something new. You play as a ninja who is fighting an outbreak. You have different weapon sets. You have a regular katana, a heavy sword, and dual, sort of chain swords. They do the fast attacks, as well as you can grapple with them. There's certain points that you can highlight and grapple. The combat in this is silky smooth, unbelievably amazing. The dodge mechanics are great. As you can see, I'm just kind of dodging around here, fighting this plague snail. I can safely say I don't think I've played something in this genre, the third-person action game that is quite frankly this weird. You have your standard abilities, dodge. You also have a glaive similar to Dark Sector. I can't think of anything that is this just outright weird. You have missions. You get graded on each mission. So far, I'm doing really well at collecting souls and dishing out the combat. I get C's and D's on damage taken, as I am definitely sort of a tank style player. I run into a lot of battles, and until I've seen some patterns, I sometimes run into a battle and not pay attention, which is my own fault. It's not a lack of patience. It's just I like getting in there. If there's one thing I can say about this game that I do not like, is its overabundance of QuickTime events. This game is rotten with QuickTime events, so if that's not your thing, stay away. They're well executed, it's not that, and you get graded on those too. And you get graded on those two from good all the way up to perfect, and anything less than good is instant death. And the death thing is interesting too. Where you die, you'll rewind back to the point before you died at this encounter, and from there you'll get another chance. The combat is challenging enough and rewarding enough that you feel like you've accomplished something. Is it as hard as their other titles that they're famous for? Absolutely not. This is I would put it it's more difficult than, say, Devil May Cry, but not quite as difficult as Ninja Gaiden. Right in that area. So yeah, you have elemental abilities on your glaive type thing. It's a throwing weapon. One of them early on is the wind ability, which allows you to put out fires. You have the fire ability, which allows you to burn things, obviously, and that comes in handy. You collect. Man, the orbs are red, and it's similar. It's similar to Bloodborne right now. It's very similar to collecting blood to level up your abilities and weapons and so on. The combat is, like I said, very smooth. It controls really well. The controls are very tight, very, very spot on. I've never once died because I thought the controls were screwing me over. This is definitely a title that if you're interested in what you see, it's worth tracking down, because a new copy will, it cost me $7. So a new copy of this game is not going to set you back a bunch. There's a decent amount of content here. It still looks good, as you can see, for now last gen game. Like I said, the only downfall of this game is it literally rains QuickTime events at you. It can be frustrating because you'll be in a section where you do where you have a ton of combat, and then it wraps up with a QuickTime event. And after doing a QuickTime event, after you just got done brawling your way through a level and then having to finish it with a QuickTime event, I've always felt that QTEs take you out of the game. There's one thing to note: you have your ninja vision, which oftentimes will highlight attacks from enemies that are invisible to the naked eye. It will highlight areas that you can wall run on. It'll highlight the grappling points. So yeah, this is without a doubt a very interesting game. One of the crazier games I've ever played. Not not particularly remarkable in the sense that you've played plenty of hack and slasher third-person action-based games, but what is novel about it is the leveling, the ninja vision, just the crazy over-the-top boss battles. It is a very worthwhile game, and like I said, you can track down a new copy for anywhere from $7 to $10, and come on, you'll spend $10 to go see a shitty movie. Why not? Why not spend $10 on a ridiculously fun game? So to wrap it up, I would say safely this game is a solid, on a scale of 1 to 10. This game is a solid 8.5. There's a lot of fun here. You have great abilities, great weapons. The only downfall for me so far is its just reliance on these right here. What you're seeing, QuickTime events. Some of them are cool. Like in the boss battles, they're cool, but you'll have some that just sort of take you out of the flow of the game. And to me, when you do this, you don't have the control that you should have. This QuickTime event, however, is one worth highlighting because you will ride a motorcycle on top of a bus and end up kicking a gas tanker into the snail's mouth, which causes it to explode and die. So, without a doubt, one of the odder games I've ever played, and at the same time, some of the most fun I've had in recent memory, especially when you consider that this can be tracked down very, very cheaply. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.